Open your eyes.
Techniques, techniques, techniques. Your teacher keeps asking you to think about what techniques are being used in the text that you are studying. In this episode, we will be looking at some of the most common visual techniques that students will come across on a regular basis when dealing with visual texts. Hi, I'm Sir Pepi, and welcome to Room A7. When reading a visual text, there are about 6 techniques that are commonly used by visual designers and filmmakers that help communicate ideas and feelings. You can look at an image and suddenly know that this is a romance. You get feelings of happiness, of success and closure. You could look at this and know that this is going to be an action film with feelings of excitement and unbridled rage, compared to this, where you get feelings of excitement but fun and adventure. So what techniques are being used to manipulate our feelings, the meaning, and expectations of a text? Size is extremely useful because it allows an audience to identify the most important characters or objects first. Main characters tend to take up the most space on a screen. 2 characters that share equal size are considered equally important. Salience is, to put it simple, what an audience sees first, then second, then third, and so on. This technique is also linked to vector, the imaginary lines that our eyes follow as they scan across an image. Juxtaposition. This difficult to say technique is pretty simple. You take 2 contrasting ideas, images, or people, and you place them close to each other, emphasizing how different they are. It is then up to the audience to figure out the meaning behind the image. Colors have multiple meanings. Red can be the color of hate, anger, but it could also mean love, heat, pain, blood, and panic. Blue can be calm, serene, caring, and even represent water and the rain. It then makes sense that blue can also represent depression and sadness. How an image uses colors can determine who may be the hero, who is important, and what kind of mood the image is trying to portray. If you put a star on someone's chest, what do you think it means? What kinds of beliefs and ideals does that character follow? What about a shield? What kinds of powers and abilities does this person possess? If you give a character wings or eyes surrounded in black ash, then we as readers can quickly make assumptions about a character, and a good director will acknowledge our assumptions by rewarding us or tricking us. Gaze is about where a character is looking. There are 2 types of gazes that we should be aware of. An offer is when a character looks at an object or off into the distance. A demand is when a character looks at the reader, demanding our eye contact. Offers often provide some kind of meaning to an audience. 2 people looking sweetly into each other's eyes allows us to assume the story is romantic. A demand can mean that a character is in a position of power. In this poster of Star Wars: The Force Awakens, the placement on these lightsabers is not an accident. It is a clear separation between the red side and the blue side, the dark side of the Force and the light side of the Force. Red and blue show a clear juxtaposition, but the character of Rey sits in the middle of these 2 vector lines. We see her first because she is brightly colored, large compared to the rest of the image, and she sits right where the vector lines cross. She is colored orange, not red, not blue, but in between, caught between the light and the dark side. Almost all the characters gaze off into the distance, offering us an idea that there is something else important in the story. There are subtle hints about the image, Han Solo, General Leia, and Captain Phasma have a demanding gaze. They look at us, even if they are smaller in the image. Their gaze shows that they are important in some way. I'm Sir Pepi, and this is Room A7.